Welcome back to my podcast, Fashion Canes. I'm your host for this podcast. My name is Alicia, and in this podcast episode, I don't have a co-host. Okay, let's jump into the podcast episode. Today, I will be talking about Lexical-visual Synesthesia. Okay. If you have been watching my YouTube channel, Modest Fashionista, or this podcast, Fashion Canes, then you probably know I have tactile touch synesthesia, along with sound color synesthesia, which is also known as chromesthesia. Chromesthesia is the long fancy word for sound color synesthesia. And along with that, I also have smell color synesthesia. Okay. I recently realized, by doing some research, I recently found out I also have what's known as lexical-visual synesthesia. In case you have never heard of it, lexical-visual synesthesia allows people to see objects in their mind when they hear the name of an object. So, for example, if someone says the word door, I will automatically see a door in my mind. Or if someone says banana, I will see a banana in my mind. Okay, this phenomenon or gift, it's both a phenomenon and a gift. It works when I'm thinking about words. So if I think words that are the name of objects, so if I think a sentence in my mind, like for example, the book is on the table, I would visualize a table with a book on it. Okay, this applies if I say the sentence, the book is on the table, out loud. I have the same effect. I have the same experience. If I'm listening to a conversation that two people are having, whatever words they say that are the name of objects will be coded in my mind as objects. It's not like reading subtitles. When you have ticker tape and synesthesia, you are reading subtitles. It's not like reading words in your mind. Lexical-visual synesthesia is seeing objects in your mind in response to the name of objects, while ticker taping is literally reading subtitles. It's literally reading subtitles in your mind. So whatever you think, or whatever you say, or whatever words you hear, they appear written out in your mind. While there are also cases of projective ticker taping, I do not know anyone with projective ticker taping. I only know one person with ticker taping, and hers is associative. But anyway, from my understanding, projective ticker taping would be like whatever words you think or hear, you see them written out in your peripheral vision. I wanted to let y'all know that I was wrong about having 3 types of synesthesia. I actually have 4, and the 4th one is lexical-visual synesthesia. It is not to be confused with graphium color synesthesia, which is when you have color assigned to numbers and letters. In some cases, it can be projective, but in a lot of cases, it's associative. It's not that. And it's not linguisto-gustatory synesthesia, which is when you hear words and you taste flavors, which could also be like you hear words and you taste flavors, but you also get mouthfeel. So, for example, a person that has linguisto-gustatory synesthesia, if they hear the word scrunchy, for instance, they may taste maybe scrambled eggs. Or for another example, someone else with linguisto-gustatory synesthesia, if they hear the word scrunchy, they may taste fried shrimp and get the mouthfeel of fried shrimp. The thing about this is you can't eat it. You just feel like it's there, on your tongue, in your mouth. You taste and you feel it, but it's not edible. It's not a hallucination, even though it's projective, because it's triggered by words. That's what we synesthetes, we neurodivergent people, want neurotypicals to understand. That is not what synesthesia is. It is not, by any way, a hallucination. Charles-Barnet syndrome is a hallucination disorder, not synesthesia. Synesthesia is not even a disorder. It is a neurodivergent extra order. And there are other neurodivergent extra orders that exist. For example, aphantasia, aphantasia, and hyperphantasia are other examples of neurodivergent traits that are extra orders, not disorders. So yes, I made this long podcast episode. Actually, I don't know how long it is, but anyway, I took this time in this video to explain what lexical-visual synesthesia is and what it is not. I hope that helps y'all to understand my internal world a little bit better. And if you think you may have lexical-visual synesthesia like I do, hopefully that helps you to understand why when you hear the name of an object, for example, book, you automatically see a book in your mind. Regardless if you think the words, say the words, hear someone else say the words, or if you hear it from a TV show or a movie, or even by just reading a book. All of these things does give me lexical-visual synesthesia, and mine is associative. Thank you for watching this podcast episode.